Welcome, everyone, to the English Hoot podcast. I'm Lily, and I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm Sam. Thanks for tuning in. We're really excited to dive into today's topic. It's a bit different, but trust me, it's going to be fun. Today, we're going to talk about a country that went from being almost destroyed to becoming one of the richest and most successful in the world.
Sounds like a crazy story, right? But it's true. Today, we're talking about Japan. From post-war devastation to today's technological superpower, how did it happen? How did this tiny island nation get so rich? Well, it wasn't by accident, and there are some really interesting reasons why.
Right, so grab a cup of tea or coffee, sit back, and get ready for a journey through time. Let's start with where it all began, after World War II.
In 1945, Japan lost the war. Everything was in ruins. Cities were destroyed, people had no homes, and there was no food. It was a tough time.
You could say it was rock bottom. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of giving up, the people of Japan decided they were going to rebuild. They didn't just sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They said, we need to get to work. And they did.
Exactly. People started rebuilding their homes, cleaning up, and making plans for the future. The government stepped in too. They wanted peace, jobs, and schools for everyone. They didn't waste any time. Roads were repaired, houses were built, and farmers were helped to grow food.
And that's when the United States came in to help too. They sent food, money, and even engineers to teach people how to make things in new ways. It was part of a big plan called the Marshall Plan, and that really gave Japan the push it needed to start fresh.
You know, one of the most important changes was education. Before the war, not all children went to school, but after, the government made a new law. Every child, no matter if they were a boy or a girl, had to go to school. That's right, boys and girls side by side, learning math, reading, science, and some even learned English.
I love that. It was clear from the start that Japan knew the importance of education. A smart country needs smart people, right? And that's exactly what they built.
Absolutely. And don't forget, the business world was changing too. It was easier to start companies, and they wanted businesses to be fair to workers. This meant better pay and better working conditions. The economy started to grow because people had good jobs and could buy more things. It was the start of something big.
Right, and as time went on, Japan started making products. Simple things at first, like toys, clothes, and radios. And these weren't just any toys, clothes, and radios. They were cheap but worked really well. People outside of Japan started buying them, and soon factories were busy making even more. Jobs were created, and bit by bit, Japan started to grow stronger.
That's the power of hard work, teamwork, and a country that believed in a better future. The spirit of never give up really took over, and Japan started moving forward again.
Now, let's talk about something that really put Japan on the map. Its industry. After the war, the country needed jobs, and fast. So, what did they do? They built factories. These factories didn't just make random stuff, they focused on creating things like clothes, radios, and tools. The workers worked quickly and carefully, and the products were really good.
That's right. And then something amazing happened. Japan started making cars. But these cars were different. They were small, cheap, and didn't use much gas. Perfect for small roads. People in Japan loved them. But here's the best part. Other countries started noticing too.
Exactly. And when people from other countries saw how cheap and well-made these cars were, they said, "Hey, these are great! Let's buy them." That's when Japan's car companies started taking off. Toyota, Honda, Nissan. These companies worked hard to make cars better, faster, and safer.
And it didn't stop with cars. Japan also made radios, TVs, and later computers. Brands like Sony and Panasonic became household names. They didn't just want to make big, fancy products, they wanted to make small, smart, and affordable ones that people could enjoy at home.
But here's the really cool part. Japan wasn't just about machines, it was also about people working together. In Japan, workers and bosses worked side by side. They talked, shared ideas, and helped each other out. If someone made a mistake, the whole team worked together to fix it. No blaming, no fighting, just teamwork.
That's something we can all learn from. And don't forget about robots. Japan was one of the first countries to use robots in factories. These robots helped make the work safer and more efficient. They didn't take jobs away from people, they made things easier and faster.
And the government played its part too. The Japanese government helped businesses by giving them money and support. They also focused on new ideas, science, and technology. All these things came together to make Japan a leader in technology and business.
By the 1970s and 1980s, Japan wasn't just a small island nation anymore. It was a global leader in cars and electronics. People all around the world were driving Toyotas, listening to Sony radios, and watching Panasonic TVs. Japan had worked its way up from nothing to become one of the most powerful and respected countries in the world.
But here's the thing. Japan didn't get rich because of oil or gold. Nope, it got rich because of smart people, hard work, and teamwork. It wasn't just about money. It was about ideas and dedication.
And speaking of dedication, let's talk about the spirit of the people. After World War II, Japan wasn't just about rebuilding buildings, it was about rebuilding hearts and minds. The people of Japan were determined to work hard and live simply. They didn't waste food, money, or time. They saved for the future, fixed things instead of throwing them away, and helped each other out.
That's right. And this wasn't just about adults. Kids were taught to think about others and work hard from a young age. Parents and teachers both helped kids understand the value of respect, hard work, and being part of a team.
And it worked. Schools were a big deal in Japan. Many kids went to school 6 days a week. After school, some even took extra classes to learn more. Education was serious business. And students didn't just learn math and science, they learned how to be respectful, how to work as a team, and how to take pride in their work.
Absolutely. And once they graduated, many people stayed loyal to one company for their whole career. They worked hard for that company, and the company took care of them in return. That strong sense of loyalty and teamwork helped companies grow and succeed.
And there's something else I love about Japan, the spirit of shokunin. This is the idea that no matter what work you do, you should do it with care, pride, and dedication. Whether you're a builder, a cook, or a street cleaner, you give your best effort every time. This is what made Japan so great. Not just the machines or money, but the love people put into their work.
Now, let's talk about Japan in the 1980s. By this time, Japan was one of the richest countries in the world. People had jobs, homes, and new things. The economy was strong. But here's the twist. Something went wrong.
It's true. Everything was going well, but in the early 1990s, Japan hit a huge problem. The economy took a downturn. Land prices went up so high that a tiny piece of land in Tokyo was more expensive than a huge farm in the countryside. People thought the prices would just keep going up and up, but they were wrong.
Yep, the bubble burst. Prices dropped quickly, and many people lost a lot of money. Some even lost their jobs. Big companies struggled, and for the first time in years, people started to worry. It was called the lost decade, but honestly, it lasted a bit longer than that.
That's right. Japan had to adjust and learn from its mistakes. it had to fix some of the old problems. Some companies closed down, and others became smaller. Young people couldn't find jobs as easily, and people started to be more careful with their money. The economy slowed down.
It wasn't all bad news, though. Even when things were tough, Japan kept moving forward. The people of Japan have always been known for their resilience. They didn't give up, even when times were hard. And there was another problem, too. Japan's population was getting older.
Yes, after the war, there were a lot of babies, but later, fewer children were born. Life got busy and raising children became expensive. Now there are many older people and fewer younger ones to take care of them. That's a big challenge.
It is. The country had to find new ways to deal with this. For example, some companies started using robots to help care for the elderly. Other towns started offering money to families with children to encourage more people to have kids. It wasn't easy, but Japan didn't stop trying.
And let's not forget, the people of Japan aren't slowing down just because they're older. Many seniors are still active, walking, gardening, even teaching. They want to stay busy and continue contributing to society.
Japan has also started to look beyond its own borders. More young people are learning English, and Japan is welcoming workers from other countries to help with the labor shortage. The country is slowly becoming more open and diverse. It's learning to balance the old with the new.
Exactly. And even though Japan had hard times, it has stayed strong. It's always looking toward the future. Whether it's through technology, education, or even culture, Japan continues to move forward. It's a country that truly believes in working hard and dreaming big.
And speaking of dreams, Japan has also made some amazing contributions to global culture. While Japan faced challenges at home, the world was still loving what Japan had to offer.
You're right. Japan gave the world a lot of fun and interesting things. One of the biggest things? Technology. Japan created the Shinkansen, or bullet train. It's fast, quiet, and always on time. It was a game changer for travel.
And let's not forget about gaming. Japanese companies like Nintendo and Sony brought us some of the best games in the world. Who doesn't know Super Mario or Pokémon? These games became part of childhoods around the globe.
And it's not just games. Japan is famous for anime, those fun and exciting cartoons. But here's the twist. Anime isn't just for kids. It covers everything from love stories to action-packed adventures. Some of the most famous anime films have won major awards, like Spirited Away, which won an Oscar.
And you can't talk about Japan without mentioning food. Sushi, ramen, and matcha are now popular everywhere. Japanese food is clean, simple, and delicious, and people say they feel healthier and happier after eating it.
Exactly. And even fashion from Japan is famous. Tokyo has some of the coolest styles, mixing modern looks with traditional ones. It's creative and fun. The world watches Japan for the next big trend.
But it's not just technology and culture that Japan shares with the world. The Japanese have also influenced the world with their strong sense of teamwork and respect for each other. It's something that is at the heart of their success.
Absolutely. People in Japan are known for being very polite and respectful. Even in the busiest cities, you'll see people waiting in line patiently, following the rules, and being kind to one another. It's all part of their everyday life, and it helps keep the country running smoothly.
It's true. The idea of shokunin, which we talked about earlier, also plays into this. It's all about giving your best effort no matter what your job is. Whether you're making cars or cleaning streets, you do it with care and attention to detail. That's a big reason why Japan's products are so well loved around the world. They're made with love and pride.
And let's not forget about the environment.
Japan is incredibly conscious about keeping things clean and green. In many cities, people recycle every single day. There are even special bins for different types of trash: paper, plastic, food, and more. It sounds like a lot of work, but the people of Japan are happy to do it because they know it's helping the earth.
That's right. And Japan is also working on new ideas to make cars cleaner. Toyota, for example, has created a hydrogen-powered car called Mirai. It's a car that runs on clean energy, and its only waste is water. How cool is that?
That's amazing. And it doesn't stop there. Japan is working on using solar power in homes. Many people have solar panels on their roofs to collect sunlight and turn it into clean energy. It's all part of Japan's plan to be as eco-friendly as possible.
And speaking of the future, Japan is building what they call smart cities. These cities are using technology to make life easier and more efficient. Traffic lights that adjust to the flow of traffic, robots that serve food, and homes that talk to you. Sounds like the future, right?
It does. One of the most exciting projects is Woven City, a new city that Toyota is building near Mount Fuji. It's going to be a place where people live in harmony with technology. No gas cars, only clean energy, robots will help with daily tasks, and there will be smart homes that make life even more comfortable.
That's the future we're talking about. Japan is always looking ahead. They're thinking about how to make life better for everyone, whether it's through technology, better cities, or cleaner energy.
And young people in Japan are leading the charge. They're full of ideas and passion. They're making new apps, starting new companies, and inventing things that will change the world. The government is also helping by providing money and support for these young innovators.
It's clear that Japan's future is bright. The country has faced its challenges, but it's never given up. It's always found a way to keep moving forward. And that's why the world respects Japan.
So, what have we learned today? Japan is a small country, but it has a big heart. It has worked hard, been creative, and made some incredible contributions to the world. Even when times were tough, Japan didn't give up. Instead, it came up with new ideas, and that's what made it so successful.
That's right. Japan may have started from nothing, but it's built itself into one of the most powerful and respected countries in the world. And the best part, it's not just about money. It's about sharing ideas, culture, and a positive, hard-working attitude.
Japan's story is one of hope, determination, and looking to the future. It shows us that no matter where you start, you can always improve and make the world a better place. So, next time you think about Japan, remember, it's not just about the technology or the cars. It's about the spirit of the people who never give up.
And if you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to English Hoot. We'll be back with more fun topics, stories, and lessons that will help you learn English in a fun and easy way.
Thanks for listening. We hope you learned something new about Japan today. Until next time, keep dreaming big and working hard.
See you soon, everyone. Take care.